Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. We have some news, so let's get straight into it. The first thing I want to show you guys is a few images of a current resin kit that is up for pre-order from Yi, and it is the Stegosaurus versus the Ceratosaurus. And overall, this looks really cool. It pretty much captures a moment in time, and it just froze it and brought it to life right here for us to see. This is one really cool resin kit. Definitely one of the best that I have seen in a very long time. I think the dinosaurs themselves just look fantastic overall. They are all in very beautiful poses. Obviously, the Stegosaurus is trying to defend itself, and the Ceratosaurus appears to be in dire need of a meal and definitely is intent on taking down that Stegosaurus. So this looks amazing. The two dinosaurs along with the base, everything just looks fantastic, and I think that this is one heck of a beautiful resin kit. If you are interested in purchasing this, I will put a link in the description to where you can contact the sculptor to purchase it from him. I believe the price is about $450 to $470 US, but I am not 100% on that. But the scale is 1/20th scale, and as I said, this looks unbelievable. So if you are interested, make sure you check the description so you can order one of these for yourself. I also have some new images of the upcoming Nanmu Sinoceratops. I believe they are actually selling the Sinoceratops with the Carnotaurus on eBay in a double pack, so you can kind of have the battle that took place in Fallen Kingdom for yourself if you would just like to purchase the two of them together. Of course, the Sinoceratops is not currently released as it is only up for pre-order, but it should be coming out fairly soon, I would think. And again, these images just further are proof that the Sinoceratops looks beautiful, as does the Carnotaurus, which we now know because we had just reviewed him, but the Sinoceratops looks fantastic. I cannot wait for this to release, as I seem to have that same feeling with every Nanmu release because they always release such beautiful figures. But again, I did want to show you guys these images, get you another look at the Sinoceratops, and let you know that you can currently purchase a Carnotaurus versus a Sinoceratops on eBay that I've seen from quite a few sellers, so make sure you check that out if you are interested in just picking the two of them up together. As far as the Beast of the Mesozoic goes, from Creative Beast Studio, we have images of the finished prototype of the Sinoceratops, and I think it looks really cool. Definitely a flashier paint scheme than you would expect to find on a Sinoceratops or a Ceratopsian in general. But David Silva always seems to make it work, taking his inspiration from real life animals and applying them here to these Ceratopsians of the past. He continues to paint these Ceratopsians in extremely flashy ways, but somehow they always look so cool and so realistic. Specifically on this one, I am a huge fan of the face area. Of course, the sculpt is fantastic. Anything for this Beast of the Mesozoic line is always sculpted pretty much to perfection, but the actual paint application, like I said, looks really cool on the face, and I love the face area of this, the striping with the whites and the blacks and the beautiful red by the eye, and then the use of reds and oranges and whites and everything all mixed together. It just looks so super cool, and this is definitely another very cool Ceratopsian that will be launched in the Kickstarter in September. And I wanted to take a minute and show you guys these images of the finished and fully painted Tyrannosaurus Rex kit from Prey Collection Studio, because I feel like so many people are just kind of sleeping on this kit, and it really is an absolute work of art. It really is one of the coolest looking Tyrannosaurus Rex resin kits that I've ever seen, and I think that more people definitely should take interest in this and maybe pick it up, because without question it has the potential to be one heck of a head turner if you order one and paint it up yourself. This paint application was recently done by the sculptor of the figure himself, and you can see just how incredibly nice this figure can look when fully painted. Of course, you can probably take notice to the fact that there are two different versions when it comes to the head. There is a closed mouth version and an open mouth version, but I think both are incredible. The overall sculpting of this just gives it that extremely large, very muscular looking Tyrannosaurus Rex that if you were transported back into time, he would probably be the absolute last thing that you would want to run into. But again, the kit looks amazing, and now fully painted, it looks even more incredible. So once again, I will add a link in the description to where you can contact Prey Collection Studio to order this kit if you are in fact interested. It does look unbelievable, And again, as far as people that collect and build kits go, I think some more people might want to take notice of this because it really is an unbelievable Tyrannosaurus Rex. As far as Candid Sculpts goes, he recently showed off an image of the head sculpt of a Tyrannosaurus Rex that he is currently working on, and the full body will follow after the head sculpt is finished, but just judging by the head sculpt, you can see how really beautiful the detailing is starting to turn out on this Rex. And after seeing the recent image of his Albertosaurus, you're pretty much guaranteed a quality sculpt when it comes to a Candid Sculpts dinosaur model. So I'm really quite interested to see this full-bodied version when it does eventually get shown in an image on his Facebook page, but for now you can take this image, just enjoy it, and look forward to the future when the full-bodied version does get released. Also, in exciting news that a lot of people are extremely interested in, I'm sure. In fact, I've even had people questioning me about when Eofauna was going to release a new figure, but you can see here that they have officially started to tease a new figure. The guessing game is on as far as what it's going to be, but a lot of people seem to believe it is an Atlasaurus, so I don't know for sure if that is the case because we really won't know until they fully unveil the figure. But I have never seen anybody release an Atlasaurus, so I would love for Eofauna to be the ones to do so. It's a very cool looking sauropod that, again, just really gets no love from anyone, so if anybody were to make one and make it look beautiful, Eofauna would definitely be a good way to go. They are actually releasing 2 figures in the fall of this year, which will be available on everythingdinosaur.com, but as of right now, we are still in the process of unveiling the very first one. I am, however, extremely excited to find out what both are, and when they do fully reveal the body, I will be sure to let you guys know. I also have some images from a company that I was just introduced to called Underground Creatures. They sculpt dinosaurs, and as you can see, they sculpt Jurassic Park style dinosaurs, or at least that's what these 2 busts are. There is a very beautiful looking Velociraptor bust and an incredible looking Dilophosaurus bust, both obviously Jurassic Park inspired and both extremely cool. They come unassembled and unpainted, so they are resin kits that you would have to paint and put together yourself unless you would actually prefer that they do it for you. But the price of them is $60, and that is including international shipping, and that is $60 each, of course. They do come, like I said, unpainted, but if you are interested, they can professionally paint them up for you, and they will complete them with glass eyes, which is really, really cool. If you are interested in picking these up and you would like them custom painted and given glass eyes, you can contact Demons Customs on Facebook. I believe that is how you say his name. I'm not entirely sure, but he will completely customize them for you if you would like. But if you are just in general interested in the kits themselves, I will include a link in the description to where you can contact them on Facebook, because both of these look absolutely beautiful when it comes to the sculpt and detail, and anything Jurassic Park is okay by me, especially if you're going back to the original film. And as I said, both of these look fantastic and really beautifully faithful to the film. So anybody, again, if you are in fact interested, make sure you check the description and go purchase those from Underground Creatures. I also have another new image of the Bravo Models Spinosaurus, and you can see that as far as the sculpting goes, the progress on this is extremely nice, and as far as a beautiful, scientifically accurate Spinosaurus goes, this has definitely got to be at the top of the list for many people, because without question, this is one heck of a beautiful Spinosaurus, and one that I am really intrigued to see fully finished when it does get completed. But again, if you are interested in this guy as well, I will include a link in the description to Bravo Models Facebook page where you can contact them and inquire about purchasing this when it is completely finished and ready to go. And then we have Mattel. We don't have too much going on from Mattel, but we have found out that the Amargasaurus has actually been released already. However, I believe it was released in Asia. Somebody found it in store in Asia, and you can see from this image just how beautiful up close this Amargasaurus looks. It's definitely a beauty and a real eye-catcher, I will say. Mattel really nailed the sculpt on this Amargasaurus, and I'm super excited for it to release here in the United States within the next month. But we also found out that As far as the minifigures go, we haven't had any new sculpts in quite some time, but there is a new figure out. It's just not a new sculpt. It is actually the Indominus Rex, but now they have a metallic version. So as far as the Dino Rival minifigures, they have continuously released metallic versions for a little while now as the special exclusives. First, it started out with the Velociraptor, which I actually just got finally myself the other day. It was a Lost World style Velociraptor. Then the previous wave was a metallic Dilophosaurus, and now we have the metallic Indominus. So if you are actually interested in looking for this, if you know where to look on the back for the codes, there is codes there that you can usually tell what is inside. The code for the metallic Indominus is actually M6, so make sure you check the back, and if you can find an M6, then you've got yourself the metallic Indominus. And the very last thing that I do want to tell you guys about is that the Savage Strike Plesiosaurus has officially released, but again, not in the United States. This image was actually shown from, I believe, a Toys R Us in Singapore, and I think it was found by Dan Surprise, and I think it looks really cool. But one interesting thing to note is that they changed the coloration of it. It went from being a white that looked pretty much exactly like the battle damage version to now kind of like a yellowish sort of a color. So the coloration has definitely changed, and I really do quite like this. I actually think I like this coloration better than the whiter version, so that's definitely cool to see. It's definitely better to have two different colored versions than just recycling the same paint scheme but with battle damage, in my opinion. So I really hope this comes to stores here in the United States sooner rather than later, because I do really want to get a hold of this. I think the sculpt and everything on this one looks fantastic. You can currently pre-order this on Amazon, but Amazon is so screwy lately when it comes to their pre-orders that I think I'm probably just going to wait and try to get a hold of it in store when it shows up at Walmart. So as of right now, guys, that's all the news I've got. When more comes out, I'll be sure to send it your way, but until then, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell to be notified of any future videos, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.